This is Eric from Pack Hacker, and today we're taking a look at the Exped Splash 15, which I've been testing for several weeks. Let's dive in. Before I dive too far in here, I should note that it looks like this, or you can also take it backwards as well if you want to. It does get in the way of the handle a little bit, but you can kind of go either way with that. So just depending on how you want it to look, you can adjust that a little bit. But the material that we're working with here is nylon. It is PFC free, which is awesome from a sustainability point of view. And it has a very good water resistance rating. So this thing is not going to be completely waterproof, but at no time while I was testing this did water sneak through this material. After really prolonged exposure to water or liquid or whatever it is, you might eventually have some water sneak through maybe the seams, but the seams are taped on the other side as well. So very highly water resistant. Wouldn't call it waterproof or submersible, but just depends how you want to use those words. We have a fairly large logo right here, as you can see. It kind of blends in though, so it doesn't bother me so much. Like from a distance, like you're gonna notice there's something there, but you're not gonna really be able to read what it says. And just typically with a cheaper packable bag, or just a cheaper bag in general, a lot of times you're going to have these larger logos, but by no means are the materials they used on this bag cheap. This thing holds up very well. We have a YKK buckle right there. YKK is more known for their zippers, but a YKK buckle is fine by me as well. As you saw me earlier, easier to pop it open and close. It is pretty small, so if you have larger hands or some kind of maybe range of motion issues, it might be a little bit challenging for you, but I like that it's small because it kind of stays out of your way. So I'm pretty sure these are Duraflex, but let me just make a double check here really quickly. As I say really quickly, nope, it is Woojin. I should have put that in my notes. It's in the full review. Duraflex and Woojin are the best two brands as far as I'm concerned when it comes to these hard plastic adjusters here. Nothing to complain about. The strap material is very thin, so as you can see right now, it is sliding through there, but that's not really the problem of the adjuster. It's really not even really a problem. You just kind of have to pull it through, and it could maybe get a little bit unadjusted from where you had it, but no real issues for me personally. On the top here, we have a very thin handle, which is nice because you can kind of grab onto it and it stays out of your way when you're not using it. Because again, these materials are so lightweight, you can roll this thing up, which I'll do after I take this stuff out of the main compartment. You can roll this thing up and it's tiny. If you had a big old handle, that's gonna kind of make it so you can't do that as easily. So everything on the exterior here is just very minimalistic, lightweight, but pretty durable in my experience, at least so far. So when it comes to the back panel, there really isn't one. So obviously there is a back panel here. There's material here, but there's no real structure. There's no padding. There's nothing like that really to make your experience more comfortable. So it really comes down to how you pack it, which when we get inside, I will show you that, but you're not getting any comfort features from this back panel, and you're not getting any from the strap here either. So it really is what you make of it. If you put something soft or flat here, you're gonna have a better time. Or if you kind of trap air in there, like I kind of have air trapped in there right now. So as you see when I push this, it's kind of, I rolled it with air inside of it, which doesn't save space, but can add some comfort, because then you kind of have almost like those things that come in an Amazon box or something, those little airbag things. You kind of have like those on your back, which is a little bit more comfortable than like something digging into it, but just depends how much space you have and really how you want to wear it. In terms of the shoulder straps, no padding, no aeration or anything like that. It is what it is. It's a packable bag. You want this thing to pack down really small, and it does. So you've got that going for you, and it just, it's gonna dig in a little bit, especially if you pack this out a lot. But there is a hook and loop fastener up here underneath the, I don't even know what you call this little tunnel here, I guess you would call it. So you can pull it through, and then this turns into, so you can wear it crossbody on your shoulder, however you want to wear it. So if you're getting tired with wearing it just on your shoulders, you can switch it up and then carry it on one shoulder or as a crossbody bag to kind of just switch it up and maybe give your shoulders a break, or whatever is bothering you, maybe your back a break. So you do have that option, which adds comfort, but no comfort features, if that makes sense. So my experience with bags like this in general are that they can be a little bit like frumpy, if that makes sense. And you can, cinch them down a little bit to kind of help with that. But at the end of the day, there's not a lot of structure to keep this bag, give it, any semblance of like a shell. So it just kind of is whatever you put inside of it. So it really depends what you do put inside of it and how you wear it. As I said, these shoulder straps can dig in, but right now it's not super heavy, so I'm pretty comfortable. And also I left that air in there, which helps on the back panel a little bit, but even with that, it might start to dig in if I'm wearing it for a long time. So I'm now just wearing it on one shoulder, as you can see, and this is convenient for, public transit, stuff like that, where you want to be able to take it on and off quickly. For me, I don't know if my shoulders are shaped weird, but if I were to just kind of have it like that, it's gonna fall off. All bags do that for me though, personally, so that's not a fault of this. So I typically wore it, sorry if I hit the mic there, like this, just because I can kind of have it on my front, so even if I am taking the bus or the train or something like that, I can still have it on my front and I can sit down and it's here, I know where it is. And it's just a little bit more comfortable to me because that strap kind of spreads out across my body a little bit. If you've been enjoying this video so far, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so we can continue making content like this to help you travel smarter. So moving to the inside of this pack, we should start by talking about the roll top. So there are, as you can see, I rolled it quite a few times, and if you are going for the highest water resistance possible, the more rolls in theory, the better. I don't know the actual science of like how many you need, but typically, you get to 3 or 4 and you're looking pretty good. But if you have less gear in there, you roll it more just so you have less material up here flapping around. But you can fit quite a bit of gear in here, and especially if you're not super worried about water resistance, you can get by with just like 2 folds, and you, in theory, you'll be all right with the closure wise, but you're not gonna have as much water resistance. And there is some plastic in the top here to kind of assist you with that rolling process. Just to like give you kind of like a structure to work with there at the top. But getting to the inside here, I've just got a couple daily use things in here. I've got my tech pouch, my winter hat's in here somewhere. Yep, there it is. It's cold right now in Michigan. And then just a extra sweater because this one is warmer than the one I'm currently wearing. So when I go outside to take pictures with this bag later, I can wear this instead of this, depending on if the sun's out. If the sun's out, I might still wear this. But looking on the inside here, as you can see, there's nothing going on in here, just nothing at all. So as I mentioned earlier, this is a packable style bag. It's really, really small, and you can like fold it up really, really easily and save a ton of space. So this is not really how I would do it, but just trying to do it quickly to show you how small this thing would pack up. One way that I did it while I was testing is I actually turned it inside out to kind of contain all of those straps. So now all the straps are inside of here, and then when I was to do, sorry, I'm rolling it from the wrong side. When I was to roll it up, the straps are not there, and it's just a lot easier. And you could still access these if you wanted to close it up, kind of, and then it's more of a contained thing. So that's not the smallest way to do it, but there's no straps around, and it can still be compressed like that, as you can see. But looking at the inside, now that it's inside out, you can see that these seams have seam tape. It's clear. Can't see it super well on the camera there, but there is, right here and right here we have, I can see the tape. It's clear, so obviously you can't see it. And then also we have some tape here where this is attached on here, because when you do like seams, you are going to have holes, and holes mean water could get through. So anywhere that there are seams, they have put seam tape to make sure that water can't sneak through there as easily. In theory, it could eventually, but it all depends how you're using this thing. And again, I wouldn't submerge it if you can help it. But if it were to, if you're kayaking with it and it falls in the water, it's probably gonna be all right, as long as you, don't leave it in there all day long. But no organization on the inside of this thing, which might be a bummer for some people. For me personally, for how I use this bag, it didn't really bother me so much because I use it as just, some larger items. I'm not gonna put a bunch of smaller items in here, that aren't held inside of, there's a lot of small tech inside of here, but because it's all inside of this, I can just grab this and I don't have to find a little dongle or something like that at the bottom of the bag. So if you don't have different organizers, maybe packing cubes, tech pouch, toiletry bag to contain your smaller items, this is not really a great bag for you because, as I said, there's no organization inside of there. And there is a PU, which is polyurethane coating here, which helps with the water resistance as well. So overall, it does a really good job of keeping your gear dry and folds down really, really small. But if you want organization, or you want everything to kind of have a home without you using organizers like this or packing cubes, this is not the pack for you. But otherwise, I think it's a great travel companion because of how small it does pack down. So there you have it, the Exped Splash 15. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.